Connecting, still connecting.
3, 2, 1, fire.
Good evening and welcome to Anime Analyst US. I am your host, Thomas Fry.
And I'm your co-host, Hasnan Zadi.
And how are you doing on this fine Monday evening? We have some new stuff we got to share with our listeners. We got some new stuff coming up that you're going to love. And we got some, what do you call that? Not homework. We got some stuff we want to introduce that we are going to be instigating. We are going to be, what do you call it when you meld stuff together?
Meld stuff together?
It's like instigating, but it's not instigating. Incorporating. That's the word I was thinking of. Incorporated. Sorry, my vocabulary is, A, B, C, D, E, and F, and everything else I have to ask for. I'm a redneck from Ohio. What do you expect? All right, tonight's anime is Mushoku Mushiki, right? Mushiki, yes. Tensei. Sorry, I can't pronounce. What did you say?
I think it's Mushoku, there is no I in the...
Okay, keep adding the I. Mushoku. Tensei. I think one of those is silence, just Tensei. Jobless Reincarnation. Rudy Grey Rat is our main character, our protagonist in this one. And we have a lot of other characters, if I can get back to my thing. Don't forget, we got Sylphiette, Roxy, Rudyard, Paul, Zenith, Aisha, Shizuku, Elenice, and Zunaba. And he's a crazy one, right? I mean, picks people up by their skull with one hand. I mean, this dude's got the strength of one of them caterpillar diesel, monstrosities that they do construction with. But all right, let's get back to the anime. Sorry. This one is really highly ranked. We've gotten good response from everybody. We appreciate that. It's ranked at 169, so and it has a lot of members, and it has a lot of people that like this one. I agree with them. I think this is just a step below the top, tier. This is definitely. They follow the story, and basically, even though they say it's 2 seasons, it's actually 4 seasons. And my fingers don't work, but I'm trying. There, 4 seasons. And because season 1 is 26 episodes, and we could only we watched the first 12. They made us wait. We watched the second 12, and then they came out with season 2, which is what we're talking about tonight. And they did the first part 1 of season 2, and it left you with Rudius and Sylphiette. They were going to get married. They were going to get together and say, hey, come on back. We got a cool, second part. And then they made us wait 6 months. Man, that sucked, waiting to see the last part of that. And I love the last part. I mean, they capped this off, and they left it to where they could go another 1 or 2 seasons, no problem. And with the score of 8.44, I don't see why they wouldn't go to season 3 or season 4. I personally think this is high quality anime here. They do have one protagonist, but it's not like, some of them stupid ones where everybody lives throughout the whole thing, even though they fight to the death and you see guts laying all over and everything, and poof, magic spell, he's back alive. What a crock, huh? I need an alligator thing that'll, a little crocodile snapping when I say that. But it's there. The illustrations are there. The voice actors are there. They use multiple They use multiple not protagonists, antagonists in this. Um, you got the antagonist of you got the explosion of mana. Now I can't remember exactly what they call it. My mind went blank there for a minute. Um, I was trying to look it up, but all right. So what's your opening opinion of this?
Okay, so I think it's like carry on the story, like the first part when we did and we saw, we both liked that show, and like we were talking about, like this is just a love story. But I was just looking at the my anime, it's like they have Sylphid as a sporting character in the anime, but I thought like she's the main character, like she's the one with the.
Rudius and Sylphia are the main characters in season 2. Both of them are main. They have Roxy, Rudyard, Paul, everyone else is supporting. So the main characters are Rudius and Sylphiette. And if you look at the story, just from the camera angles itself, it mainly follows Rudius around. But it also shows the day-to-day of Sylphie. I mean, it's not like they leave her out or anything. But that's actually his second love. His first love...
when he got rejected by her.
Well, it's kind of weird. I wouldn't even know how to feel about this because when they finally get back, they're both supposed to wait till they're 15. She doesn't want to wait anymore, so she is no longer a virgin in the morning, along with him. And then she takes off and leaves the guy a note. I mean, you just spent 3 years of your life with this guy, and you left him because you don't think you're good enough to stand at it. That her exact comment is, "I don't think I'm good enough to stand by his side." That is so. Why do women think that's cool? That is not cool. That is not anything. You don't go and do a guy and then dump him with a note on the night table and your hair on the floor. I would have done the same thing he did. Remember that now? I mean, that's crazy. And then she goes off she wants to be this big hero. I don't have the names of the characters from season 1 that I can remember. The tall cat woman that was like the family guard. She had them huge knockers that hung out. She only wore a bathing suit top on her, and that was it. Or it could have just been, an elastic strap. Anyway, so she takes her and goes out, and they go out and do some hunting and stuff, and just leave his ass there cold. I mean, that's mean. So he gives up on life again. I mean, this kid's gone through a whole lot of shit because he was brutally, and I mean brutally, bullied when he was a kid in his original world. So bad to where they tied him to a fence naked for every student in the school to see. Man, somebody better be going to jail over that. I mean, that's a step beyond. I mean, you don't condone bullying, do you?
And no, I don't think so. We have like that bullying culture here in Pakistan, like the one we like. I'm not sure about this, but I have just seen in the movies or the TV seasons. But that thing, they don't happen here like
No one
that.
bullies anyone over there ever?
No, like there is something, but they don't go to that extreme
Oh,
level, like
well,
where somebody get traumatized for the life or like thing like that.
I don't think anyone's been tied to a fence naked, but I know people have been tied to a cross out in a field naked. A college pranks. They got in big trouble for it and had to do some jail time. This is, it's an anime, so, you got to take it for what it is. But bullying is a real problem in America. It really is. And it's mainly because, with this country being free, you're free to think whatever you want. And that includes the assholes. They can think however they want. They can be a big jerk. We got freedom of speech that we will defend to the death. And, our first Revolutionary War was to free the slaves. Everybody's created equal. I agree with that 100%. The second one we had was a quiet one. It was just a battle among, they did it properly. But we got a lot of cool things out of it. Now we had some people stand up, and now marijuana's not even a crime, which it shouldn't be anyway. It's a damn plant that grows out on its own. You don't even have to plant it; it'll grow. The Indians use a lot worse than that in their daily thing. In their peace pipe, they're smoking opium. That's a lot. That way they can go talk to their dead ancestors. Well, of course, if you smoke a bunch of opium, you're going to be talking to your dead ancestors. You'd probably be talking to the ant walking along the ground. Oh my gosh, I've seen it. It's crazy. But to get back to the anime, this kid went through a tremendous thing that put him in his room for years. He was 35, right, when he got isekai'd, and he got bullied in high school. So that means he spent 15 to 18 years in one room, afraid of the world. And I feel for him. Then he gets isekai'd to another world, gets thrown out, 3,000 miles from home with a girl that's bullying him again, because he's a small kid, but his magic is amazing. So he becomes a man coming back across that continent. And that's when all that happens between her and she goes his own. He goes another way. He starts looking for Xena, so he picks north. He goes up. It's snowy. It's bad. This is an awesome anime. So now we got a different antagonist because all the people that were with him on this section are not on this section. And I think that's what's so amazing about this anime. It changes the antagonist in each section. You gotta have a good antagonist or you're not gonna have a good anime. You gotta have a person or you gotta have a person or a dragon or somebody someone's gotta be the bad guy or you're not gonna have a good anime. So it goes.
It's nice when they have somebody bad guy who gives a challenge to do, it's not easy by just having some fight scene and it's over. It's good when they have some bad guys who are clever the good guys and
Yes.
they keep coming back and they.
The better your antagonist is, the better your show's going to be. But they did it. The first one was the continent was the antagonist. He had to travel all over its circumstances. Then when he goes north, it's other, in the beginning, it was that one dude that came in, I don't remember his name. He come in shouting, "Oh, we're the best, blah, blah, blah." And then he, and then he finds out about Rudy's problem. So he's like, "Oh, I got a fix for that. That's no problem." They both drunk as hell, and he takes them to a whorehouse and says, "Okay, and the best one of she was a cutie too. And she tried her best to help him get over it. But nope. Rudy just needed love. That was the one thing he was lacking, and they built all that around his character with leaving a flaw in his character. So he was kind of almost the protagonist and the antagonist in the same MC. He had his own problem built right in, and wow, that's the thing that's up on Twitter. You can check out our Twitter channel. I did a really cool honoring Rudius, and we posted it on Twitter. So if you get a chance, go check it out. There's also something there from Spirit Chronicles I think you'll like. But anyway, to get back to it, he found a girl up there. So he's, we're all looking for love. So he's fighting with this chick, then he saves her. he saves her life, and then she feels indebted to him. And I think I would think the same thing about her. It's like, you don't have to sleep with me just because I saved your life. But I think she always liked him from the beginning. You know, even when they were in that wagon and he was being all, I'm now mad, blah, blah, blah. And she was just mad because he wouldn't talk to her. You know, that's how girls are, man. I don't get them. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but...
No, nobody gets that.
Exactly. Nobody gets girls. All right. So then he goes through all this stuff, and he ends up over at the magic school. And lo and behold, from 4,000 miles away and 3.5 years later, he finds his Sylphie. But she's all dressed up. Everyone's talking to her like a man. And so he's like, no, wait a minute. I could, you know, he could feel that he should know Fritz. And so he's drawn to it. So now he's like, what, am I gay or something? I like this dude. And come to find out, Fritz is not Fritz. Fritz is Sylphie. So that's, boom, now we got love. Because this is the kind of love that ain't gonna leave him. Sylphie was a friend. He taught Sylphie all the magic she knows, taught her everything, and so he would be like, or she would be like, second generation student of Roxy. She's a king class water mage that taught Rudy as how to be magic. And then he surpassed her at 5 years old. His magic was incredible. So in the end of season 2, he finds her, he marries her. I like how he got his house, man. That's exactly how I would buy a house, you know. He gets it they think it's haunted. He goes in there one night, kills out the haunted thing. They find it's just auto defense on the house. And now he's got this gorgeous 5,000 square foot bath included, which back then in those times, the only thing they never talked about is the bathrooms. You know that? They never showed a bathroom in the house. They showed the bath. So there was technically a bathroom, but we didn't get to see if there was a sink or anything else. Not that we care, but it was just... they left that out of the house. They showed extra bedrooms. They showed, you know. But anyway, back to the story.
I have a question. Like, is Sylphie is an elf?
Yes, she is an elf. And at the end, the partner that hung out with Rudy as through part of his trip was a party member of his dad's party that adventured. And that ends up being Alina Lise. Ends up being, you know, she's like, she would never get with Rudy because she does not want to be related to his dad at all. She can't stand him. He's a womanizer and all that. But then she's kind of forced into it because now she finds out she's grandma of Sylphie, and they have they're more elven than they are human. And they didn't explain any farther than that. I did research. I tried to find it, and I couldn't find anything about it. But as it gets all the way to the end, in the last part of the second season, it's like it almost turns into a dating show. You've got everybody finding love. You got people finding what they want to do, and I like how they develop animes on this. But the problem is once they get everybody developed, I want more of the story. I mean, I don't know about you, but that whole second season left me wanting a third, and I really hope they do it. It hasn't been announced that I've heard of, but. It's a cool thing, and they easily could go on another season, and because there's a lot of questions unanswered, and I guess that's how you have to do it when you're, you know, building a show. So I give this two thumbs up. I highly recommend checking out this anime. It is so worth it. There is so much more than even I talked about in this anime that is there for you to see. It is just an awesome anime. So why don't you give your final statement on this one, and then I'll get into our maintenance stuff that we got to talk about and tell everybody what's going on with Anime Analyst.
Okay, so yeah, I think the ranking on this one is right. The popularity is also good, and like there is like a million members to it, and we have seen like when there is anime with like million members that are watching it, so there is something like, and the story is good, and I like how they portrayed it when he came back and he was hiding in a costume, and then he was getting the feelings like but she was in the costume of the Fred, right?
Oh, and she was Fritz?
Yeah, and she was
Well,
Fred, and
yeah,
she
I mean, it wasn't much of a costume thing. It was just that she had different color hair, and they didn't let people talk to her, so you wouldn't hear her female voice. It was a thin costume.
yeah. So I think it is like really worth checking it out.
Yes.
So
All right. Now let's get down to we're gonna announce on this show. Not only have we surpassed 100 videos, hoorah! We now own Animative Studios LLC. That is the future home of Anime Analyst. We're going to be on Animative Studios, but you don't have to worry. We're not moving from where we're at. You'll always be able to find us here at Anime Analyst. We are going to have a website eventually, and I'm assuming we already own. No, we own the studio website. Not the. We need to work on getting the one for this, and we'll eventually build it. But the important things is we've added more technology, so I'm bringing another feature in that I used to use from my old blue collar politics days, and we are now an Amazon affiliate, so we are going to start bringing you the in whatever form it is, whether it's a manga or a book or whatever it is, we are going to bring that to you. So when we talk about it, not only can you find out everything you can find out about the anime, but you'll also have the link that you can go get the book and get. So when you want more like I do, all you got to do is click on our link and we'll give you, well, we won't give it to you. You do have to pay for it, but it'll be there for your consumption and any of the other animes we've done and some we even haven't done that are there for the future. Maybe you want to read ahead of us so that way you can join in the conversation. We would love it. We got all new descriptions. We got all new titles. And we hope we are always striving to be better for you, the consumer, the fan, the listener, however you get our feed or however you come to listen and watch the show. We're on Twitter. We're on I don't think we're on Facebook yet because no, we're not on Facebook because we're reworking the Facebook. We have our own Facebook page. But anyway, check us out. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're all over the place. Come check us out. Our next show's on Wednesday. We'll announce tomorrow what anime we're going to be doing. And I hope you all have a good week. Don't forget, this is Turkey Week. We got Turkey Day coming up on Friday, November the 25th. So no, it's not Friday. I'm an idiot. What day is?
Thursday.
It's what?
Thursday, November the 28th.
Yeah, the 28th. All right, sorry, I had it wrong there. All right, I'm a nincompoop. All right, so we are going to be live on Wednesday and Friday, so we're going to be enjoying Thanksgiving with y'all. Don't forget about Black Friday. We'll still be doing that, so enjoy your shopping if that's what your thing is. Otherwise, have a good week. I hope you had a good Monday, and we will